So we got the video.
There can be only one podcast, and may it be the Princes of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
And I'm Bruce.
Hey, episode 200 live right here. May even be answering some of your questions. We may not care. Who knows? There's a few topics we want to talk about, but I want to talk about the hot chip challenge you did with your brother.
The Pocky's hot chip challenge.
So Will is his brother, and we've told stories about Will, making out with girls in the kiddie pool at a water park. It's really good stuff. If you need us to tell the story again, we're happy to do that because it's Will's favorite story. But it was his birthday a couple of weeks ago, so his dear brother came down with it's the hottest chip in the world.
Well, it's if you type in YouTube Pocky hot chip challenge.
I've seen people do that. I've seen one guy do 2 at a time and just die.
Yeah.
So Bruce took 2 chips down. He bought 2 chips. Where you get them off Amazon?
I got 3 chips. I got them at my gas station here in town.
Shut up! Here?
I saw them. I was like, I'm
where?
Gonna grab this. The kangaroo on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, that is done.
Well, they didn't have any last time I was there.
Oh,
I bought them back at Christmas.
Dang!
I bought them when I saw them.
I would totally do that.
I'll challenge you.
LSU. Okay, so anyway, so you went down, took a chip to him. Y'all going to do the chip challenge, and Will knew about this, right?
Yeah.
All right,
so we're gonna bring it. He was up for the challenge.
He was up for the challenge. Yeah.
So we opened up the package.
By the way, William, when we were roommates, William would his favorite meal, and still today he makes this. He tells me ranch Doritos with ranch dressing, with sriracha sauce, with jalapenos, and I want to say there's something else too. Is there cheese?
He likes that the processed ballpark nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Okay, I thought so. And then he puts it in the microwave and just melts it all. It smells awful, and he'll just sit there and eat it. Now here he tells me he still does that today. He is a chef.
Yeah, and
he can make good food, but he wants to put crap in his body. Okay, so anyway, talking about crap in his body, go for it. So here we go.
I was really curious how this was going to be. So we ate our chip. And he tapped out in less than a minute. I mean, he was pretty pathetic.
How far did he get?
I mean, really, it was about a minute. We can.
Did he bite?
No.
The chip?
He ate the whole chip.
My God!
It doesn't hit you all at once. You have enough time to chew it up and swallow. And then then he said it just turned into pain. I mean, it was hot. I've had worse. I was
Did you tell
sweating. I told him afterwards. I had COVID and I've lost.
Can't smell.
I can't smell. I can't taste. And
that's why he did it.
I can barely taste hot things. So I was kind of curious how all this would affect me. And really, I could feel it. And it's the most I've felt in a long time. But yeah, I've had far worse. And
I just wanted to feel something that sounds sad. Is this love or heartburn? I can't tell.
It's one of those things, it's like, I've lost a lot of joy, but for me, this was bringing some of that joy back into my life.
So they were tears of happiness on top of tears of pain? Watching William? Did you get this on video?
Yeah, I got it. I'll post it on my YouTube channel, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Should I upload it on mine?
We guess we can.
We'll have it playing on a continuous loop there.
Because it lasts about 10 minutes, that burn, and really it stopped for me with right at the 10 minutes, because it was kind of funny because at the 5-minute mark I was like, this is getting kind of rough. I started dipping up my ice cream and getting ready.
You had ice cream. Okay,
yeah, we had it ready. But then it started going away. I was just like, oh, anybody want my ice cream? I just passed it on to my daughter because I guess I'm a man and my brother's not.
He said, come on, be a man. So he was in pain, huh?
Yes. He said it was not hot. It was just pain.
Okay, let me ask you this. Who was the third one for?
Oh, Anderson did it too. Anderson lasted longer than Will.
Anderson did it? He wanted to do it? Yeah. Holy cow.
And he stuck in there. He lasted probably 3 or 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I never would have done that. How old is he? 15? 14?
I think he's 14.
14? Goodness gracious. Still, I wouldn't have done that. That's crazy. I mean, it's a crazy thing for a kid to do. But
I wanted to do it even before the COVID thing. But after the COVID thing, I was like, I can win this.
So we bought some ghost chili chips I saw them somewhere, and I was like, "Oh, Ghost Chili," and they had the warning hot sign, caution sign. To be honest, the hottest thing I've ever had, and we had to throw the bag away, was the super hot Takis. Those rolled up chips.
Yeah, those are
the super duper hot ones that are on off the chart meter.
Mm.
I couldn't do Megan. I couldn't do that, so we had to throw them away. So Ghost Pepper had the same thing. Megan ate one, couldn't do it. I ate one. It's pretty bad.
I found,
but really, I drank tons of water. I got my water intake,
and really for me to taste things with the COVID, a lot of spice. I can taste things that are hot, heavy flavors. They taste muted, but I can at least enjoy something from it. I find that Tabasco has scorpion sauce out. That's kind of like old Tabasco used to be for me. I can.
Oh, really?
That one still burns some.
Well,
to extent.
I'm going to try.
Here, it's actually pretty terrible.
The same store had North Carolina Reaper chips, and I'm going to try those next. But Ghost Pepper was the one we tried first. Yeah, and I could eat the bag. It was hot. Well, they were pretty hot.
Oh, I had that pre-COVID, and I used to buy those when I had long drives. If I thought I might get a little sleepy, then I could start munching on those. They keep me awake.
Do you know what got me? Some hot stuff that got me. The habanero mango hot wings.
That's yummy.
Oh man, those get me though. I can do at Buffalo Wild Wings. I can do their hottest one and not have a problem. But that habanero mango is like a few tiers down, and it tears me. I couldn't finish it. I was crying so bad. I tried it twice, and I could not finish.
I'm convinced some people are more sensitive to different peppers than
But I guess it's that sweet and hot.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're super hot when they said no. You may not be able to do this one. That one I could take, but that habanero it got me every time.
I've always had a good heat tolerance. Like I can do the challenge at the hot wing places and eat the whole thing without getting a sip of drink or anything. That's fun for me. I enjoy it.
You could, Michael, eat some of the things we're talking about. You just wouldn't be around later. It's pretty bad. My brother can't do hot stuff anymore. Jeremy, his innards are messed up now. So he said back in the day he would have taken it down, but he just go get you some.
It protects you the next day too.
I was about to ask that question. Did it kill?
No. The weird thing is,
did it kill William on the way back?
Oh, I didn't ask him.
Something with Cece's Pizza, man. Those jalapenos had a little kick in them. And on the way out, they shred. You were crapping glass. That's what it felt like. It hurt so bad. It was so weird. That it was Cece's Pizza.
No, it was kind of weird because I think it just COVID deactivates the heat sensor all over your body because we were eating crawfish just the other week, and it popped and some of the crawfish juice splashed in my eye. Didn't feel it.
What?
I know. It's
like
gosh. Deactivates it all.
Oh, I die on that. Another one that I thought was always hot was that Dave's Insanity. Someone gave my dad some. I didn't realize it was Dave's Insanity. I just grabbed a hot sauce bottle and I just chunked it all over my red beans and rice. So I'm eating it. I'm going, oh, it's a little hot. So I've got some more red beans and rice to mix into it. It was still hot because you're only supposed to do a drop.
You're supposed to
because it's a concentrate of what pepper? It's basically a concentrate of I don't remember which pepper. It's pretty hot pepper, and I think it is the ghost pepper.
You're supposed to put like one drop in your bowl,
and that's it.
Just you're not doing it for flavor. You're doing it for heat.
Yeah, you're doing it for heat. And so I put some, and I was like, oh my gosh! And then Dad goes, "You got that one? Oh, don't get that one. That's a super hot." And I was like, what the heck? And I was hurting. I had to throw away the food because I was hurting so bad. But those are the few times where it's. When he says pain, I know what he's talking about. The habanero, pineapple, or mango, whatever. Those give me pain like I've never experienced. And then the Dave's Insanity. I remember when we tried it back in college. I thought it was super hot, but I made it through. But that one drop killed me. Yeah. It was killing me. And when I doused my red beans and rice with it, I almost died.
I would do my Tabasco, and then the Dave's just to add that extra heat on top of the flavor of the Tabasco. That's probably like that.
It wouldn't go good at all, says Michael. You know what? Cece's, we don't have one here, but when I go down to your neck of the woods, small town, I always eat the one in Daphne. When I visit my grandmother, and I absolutely I miss Cece's so bad. There's one in Daphne, and we eat another one in Foley. I try that one too, which is really good.
I was just down there a couple
There's
weeks
a congratulations. What were you down there for?
Beach. That's where we ate the chip.
Oh, okay. Oh, beach time, huh? Miss Martin and I will be on open airlock policy this Wednesday, discussing Babylon 5 Season 2. Can't wait. All right, so our next topic happens to be the big one, the one that everyone's talking about.
Well, I want some more info on. It's kind of came as a surprise to me.
Sure did. Well, Heart of the Jedi has kind of taken the nation by storm, the world by storm. It is, or was, number 413 on best-selling books on Amazon out of, what, 3.1 million books they sell. It is number, 418 right now, but hit at 413 at one point. And it is currently, I just checked it before we went on, number 14 in science fiction books. In science fiction, it's going to be number 1 in science fiction. That's incredible. If you don't know what we're talking about, the Heart of the Jedi, someone, not me, released it on Amazon. And it's a nice paperback. They've reworked the cover. The back of the cover looks a lot better than the 2015 release that I have. And if you want to get a copy, here's your chance. Now, no profit is being made off this. They're just covering their costs. They're not making a single dime off this. But it is your chance to add it to your collection. It looks like a Bantam novel. They've even added, mine doesn't have this. The new one has the colored in sidebars from Star Wars, which I love, by the way. And it has the Bantam, old school Bantam icon. So it fits perfectly on your shelf. No Legends banner for people who hate the Legends banner on there. But it is super nice. And you've got to get a copy and get it now. Don't wait. Don't sit around and go, oh, wait till next Friday. My payday comes.
We don't know.
Don't do it.
The mouse is going to be chopping this thing off.
The higher it goes, folks, the more noticeable it's going to be, and it's trending a few places on social media and online. So that's
how I found out. Matt did not tell me about this.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time before that thing goes away. So you definitely want to get it now, not later. Don't kick your. I don't want to hear the comments going, oh, mister, I was waiting to get paid. Get a credit card. Get your parents' credit card. Rob someone.
Now, when was this originally supposed to come out? What's the backstory of this story?
Yeah. So, am I getting a? I do have a copy. I do have a hardback version. I did give away my 2 paperback copies I got a long time ago during the Lulu print time, and I am considering getting a paperback copy to give to someone. So yes, I probably will get one. But anyway, I just need to check because I don't know if my friend has already bought one. I don't know. I need to send him a text. So the story behind this, of course, Kenneth C. Flint had been commissioned to write this. This book was going to come out back in the day. It was going to come out sometime. It was before the Thrawn trilogy, in between Courtship of Princess Leia, stuff like that. And it was going to be part of a new trilogy with him and, I believe, Margaret Weiss, I believe is her name. And unfortunately, Margaret Weiss, who wrote her book, it got thrown away on the old hard drives. This is before digital was a thing. This is in the early 90s, okay? You had floppy disk and zip drives. Remember, zip drives were the future. And so hers is lost. Kenneth C. Flint kept his, which is we're really fortunate. And Joe Bongiorno on StarWarsTimeline.net released it for free. You can always get the PDF copy, but if you're like me, you want that paperback, and go get one, get 2. And so anyway, well, you know what? I'm going to say Joe Bongiorno would get more credit. Yes, I was working with Joe at the time, but Joe's the one that convinced Mr. Flint to republish it. I mean, I helped out on the back end. I got Mr. Flint is who I gave my copy to. And I don't know if he has a new version of it, and that's who I'm going to talk to and ask if he wants me. I'd gladly, but he doesn't need to be buying that book, but I'll gladly buy him another one and send it the new, updated version to him if he wants it. That's who it is. Surprise, but anyway, so he wrote this book. It didn't get made. Bantam passed because there was a lot of other. One of the things that the publishers can only do so many books a year. So because of that, the book got bumped. Now he still got to do some, Tales of Jabba's Palace, I believe, Tales of Mos Eisley. He did a few of those stories, but that was it. That was like a consolation prize for his book getting booted, his trilogy getting booted too. But thankfully he released it. There's an full interview with Kenneth C. Flint on Joe's site. You definitely want to check that out. It's very interesting, very good. It does connect to the expanded universe. Joe he didn't have to edit too much to it. Basically, Joe Joe made some connections in it because it's a standalone novel, it works fine. It just doesn't connect to much because there wasn't much out back then. And back then in the Bantam days, all you had to do was say, hey, remember when we fought Thrawn? That's basically all you had to do in a Bantam novel. So he put a few more connections in there. That's really all Joe did. And Joe will tell you what he changed or not. I think that's in the interview too. So go to that site, check it out, read about it, and definitely get yourself a copy. Get yourself 2 copies. Get yourself 17 copies. It's gonna go away. It's gonna disappear, and you're gonna sell the extras on eBay. You know you are. So, and that's fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine because, like I said, it's gonna go away. It's not there forever. So, but I'm gonna check if Mr. Flint has a copy, because if he already got one, that's fine. If he doesn't, I'm buying him a copy. I mean, the man doesn't need to buy his own copy. But anyway, so now that it's out, and by the way, it's a decent story. It's a Bantam era novel story, meaning it's not going to be a New Jedi Order. It's not going to be a Timothy Zahn Thrawn trilogy. It's going to be your run-of-the-mill Bantam era novel. Now, I like Bantam. I like the Bantam.
What's the timeline? When does it take place?
Well, I already mentioned that. Like before the Thrawn trilogy, it's somewhere in that thing. Okay. They were going to first couple of years there, but the thing is, though, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. Read it. It's like I said, it's a good book. I enjoyed it. And another thing I will say, on the expandeduniverse.com, if you want to check out, Dylan is running the numbers daily, and he's about to do it hourly because the numbers keep rising and rising. Now he's showing charts and how it's outselling. It's on pace. It's rocketing past a ton of sales, and like I said, it just keeps moving up Amazon's top. I said, man, if we break, because when it came out just a few days ago, it was number 71,422 or something. I was like, wouldn't it be funny if we made it in the top 500? And here we are. I'm serious. I said that. I said, I wonder if this would make to the top 500. Well, it's 413 or 418 right now. I think it dropped 5 more spots, but maybe after this, it'll jump up a little bit more. I'd love to see it go higher, but you know what? To be honest, I think the book would be higher if it was in bookstores. If Books A Million, Barnes and Noble, everyone, I think people would just snatch up copies of this and go nuts with it. And that's the thing, folks. This is a statement. This is a statement made by fans. We're putting our money where our mouth is and buying a bootleg copy of an unreleased novel and buying it in droves higher than the new stuff coming out, beating the numbers of the new stuff right now, which I think is hilarious. And that should be a wake-up call. Now, I'm not saying that people at Del Rey are blind to this fact. They know exactly what fans want. They just can't get the authority from Lucasfilm. Hopefully, and I'm sure Del Rey knows about this right now, too.
Yeah.
There's no way they don't. And so Del Rey, I want them to start knocking harder on the door for Lucasfilm and pressing them, say, hey, look, we need to make more money off this, and you guys are hindering us and making more money, and we want something done about it. And I really hope this is the start to start moving some boulders here. Now, it's not the only unpublished story coming out. There's a few other things. That's why you want to check out the expandeduniverse.com on Saturday. I think my article and interview is hitting soon. Well, it's not going to be new news. It's just news that we're giving you an update on and stuff going on. So definitely want to check that out this Saturday because the ball's going to keep rolling. We're still going to be getting some good stuff coming out. And it's just a great time to be an EU fan. And I'm so happy that people at least get a chance to get a physical copy. That doesn't happen that much. I mean, like I said, anything is available on PDF and digital these days. But to get a physical copy, that's something. That's a collector's item right there. And to be honest, like I said, I would, if you got to, go ahead, get a spare, because there's going to be
to the mouse.
Stick it to the mouse.
The mouse.
Write that off as a credit card check, as if we're sticking it to the mouse, sticking it in his ear. His ear. But got it on sale too. He even dropped the price on Amazon, like $1.
Say that whole 78 cents.
I'm telling.
I jumped on it too fast, I guess.
But it really is a fine deal and well worth your time getting. I'm excited because people finally get a chance to see it. I've been kind of showing off my copy here and there because Lulu, to be honest, only a handful of people got it. If you didn't order it on day one, and probably the morning of day one, you didn't get it because there were very few people, because I know Joe didn't get a copy and Mr. Flint didn't get a copy, and I got 2 paperbacks and a hardback.
How were you made aware that this was available?
On Lulu?
No, I'm talking about the new Amazon, the one on Amazon right now.
I check for this type of stuff. We're breaking news.
Matt, what's in all those boxes over there?
I did not do this. But the thing is, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for people to get a nice, actually it's a nicer version. In fact, Christopher Nelson today, go check out Christopher Nelson's channel. He did a comparison of old versus new, which I think is amazing. Point out a lot of things, which is really fine. A bunch of people have been talking about this. It's been all over YouTube, all over the internet right now.
All over my Facebook.
All over Facebook and everything. So, like I said, huge opportunity and just well worth your time. Other than that, like I said, I really hope it just kind of opens up pathways for, you know, people at Lucasfilm maybe say, okay, that's a lot of money we could have made.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe we should start opening up, because they got to start thinking in a new direction. They got to start thinking of new ways to get people's interest in.
You mean the High Republic's not doing it?
How's those non-binary characters treating you?
Trans non-binary.
Trans non-binary, sorry.
Because they were born binary and they transitioned into non-binary.
Yeah,
Yes,
probably. Yeah, I would agree. The video Chris put out was really good. Really good. You want to check that out. By the way, isn't Will trans non-binary? Isn't that how he identifies himself?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure he's not going to watch this either, so we can talk about it. Yeah, so definitely want to check that out. Now, and then of course Dylan's going to be charting the sales as best he can with his charts and everything. Man, that dude is a counter, man. He's a bean counter. His charts are just awesome. He loves doing it too. He loves doing it. I should also mention news with the expanding universe now that I'm on it. I didn't mention this in my update that's coming out way later this week, because this is a busy week for me. But Spencer, who is he kind of does like a article a month, not like he's a regular, but he just had a baby. So, and that's why his channel's been kind of slow too. He just came out with a new video, but he just had a baby, so he's gonna be busy for a while. In fact, I don't even know, he may have recorded that before he had the baby, because he looks sane. And if you had a newborn, you don't look sane for a while. Alex is gonna get her the Jedi tomorrow. Awesome.
That'll be the day after tomorrow.
Yours is the day after tomorrow. Yeah, it's funny. So this is in Amazon's warehouses. Mm-hmm. It's interesting how this works, right? Because it doesn't have to be in an Amazon warehouse, because it's coming to Amazon package. I think so. So it got shipped in and then built out. So someone was really well planned out. That's why it wasn't me. Was really well thought out when they brought this out. And like I said again, really awesome. Now, will we ever find out who it was? No. That's spoilers. No, we won't. No one would dare take credit for it. But I'm glad that they did. It's not me. But I'm glad that they did, because whoever it was, a lot of people have to thank you and everything. A few other things that I want to talk about was upcoming. I mean, we're kind of looking back on 200 episodes here. I can't believe it's been 200.
I know.
Been a while.
Committed to something.
And I wanted to ask you, do you have favorite episodes that we've talked about? I can think of some fun ones. I can think of the ones where we had Will here, which were really fun.
I liked having guests. I really enjoyed the Wheel of Time that we did.
Wheel of Time series was fantastic. We really enjoyed that with Steven. I also like
he ruined it by bringing in that
Pandora's Star, whatever. Yeah, it wasn't our favorite, but we gave it a shot. And then another one that I really enjoyed, and we don't have him on that much because he doesn't come into town anymore, but Dwayne.
I was about to say Dwayne.
I always loved Dwayne. And if Dwayne was living here, it would have been a 3-man podcast. Probably, because we love Dwayne. And we need to do a phone in with Dwayne, have him on again, because it's been a while. He doesn't come into town anymore, but if he did, he'd be on the podcast, because he's so entertaining and everything. So and the thing is, though, it's still a weekly. We went to bi-weekly. We would have been at 200 a lot sooner, but we went to bi-weekly for a month,
Was
a
it
few months.
Trans
And-
bi-weekly?
No, it wasn't trans bi-weekly, that's for sure. But and we're looking at keeping it weekly because there's just a lot of good stuff going on, especially during the pandemic. Wouldn't you know? We have a lot of stuff to talk about, goofy stuff to talk
And
about.
we had those couple episodes that we had to phone it in because I had COVID.
Yeah.
Sorry about the audio quality on those.
But we had I don't know. I know some of our highest ones have been my brother coming on interviewing because he shares his stuff all over social media, and that's gotten some big ones. I've interviewed some different people. I'd like to interview more people, but it's just one of those things. It's a timing thing. But there's a lot of fun things we're going to talk about too. And we're talking about Star Wars today. We don't talk about Star Wars all the time. That's why it's called Prince of the Universe, because we knew we weren't going to keep the conversation about Star Wars the whole time, even though we both love Star Wars. Let me ask you this: where did you stop on the old expanded universe series? You stopped at one point.
Oh,
I don't remember where it was either.
I had started reading New Jedi Order.
I was going to say it's sometime around New Jedi
And
Order where you stopped.
I had
What going on? You had your baby. The first one was in '99, right?
a lot of it was when I was when
And so that's when it started getting busy.
If they had been doing the Audible books at that time, I could have kept up.
And when they were just a nasty
abridged
abridged version,
Yeah.
so they weren't really good. I remember because I liked the idea of it. I liked that they did the music and the sound
Yeah.
effects, but it was all abridged. It was like, you're missing everything.
I did a good job keeping up with all the prequel era books while the movies were coming out. I read every one of those, and that might have been about the time I just had to tap out.
Yeah,
I can't keep up anymore.
yeah.
And I tried keeping up with the new stuff. I think I'm done. I could not do.
Yeah, you sent me a text and it had the trans non-binary cover. He went, done.
Beat me. The mouse beat me.
It's like, how much crap will this guy buy? There's my line. There's my line. And that's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like they go out of their way to push fans out. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I saw this new thing online. I haven't read the story yet. It's from the Darth Vader comic book series, but apparently Snoke is a clone made from Luke's hand that was cut off in Cloud City.
No, really?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting idea.
It's Luke. It's Luke. Really? Where was that? Was that revealed? I don't keep up with
it was in the last week that I saw this online.
Oh my goodness!
I haven't read the book itself to tell you exactly what they're saying, but it's an interesting idea, I guess.
Wow,
grasping for stuff.
Wow. It's so sad that's a straight off ripoff of Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy too.
Because they do something completely different with it. But it's
okay. All right.
I guess they were just looking for any connection.
Did Snoke have a purpose?
No,
then?
I think that's probably part of it. Snoke has no purpose because the way they treated him in the second
book.
Movie.
The second movie.
And so it was like, okay, we got to give this guy some kind of purpose and reason for being in existence because we ruined it. But that's something.
Oh man,
it's an idea.
Yeah. I've been keeping up with
I
this.
don't hate it, but at the same time, it's just like, why?
Any other revelations they've had?
Oh, not that I'm paying attention to.
Okay. So are you completely out now? Or are you just kind of slowly stepping away?
Well, I just bought the new Thrawn book that came out this month.
Okay.
I haven't started reading it yet, but I am going to keep up with Timothy Zahn. But that might.
Yeah, that's the only book outselling Heart of the Jedi.
That might be the only things I keep up with.
So yeah, that was the only one outselling Heart of the Jedi.
If it's not connected to the old EU stuff in some way, like the Timothy Zahn stuff, then I'm probably not going to worry about it at all. I can't imagine because nothing's drawing my attention. I tried hard.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
a couple good ones.
There's a lot of other people who've done the same thing. I talked to Matthew the Geeks Addict, and he's telling me it's just really rough reading these books, and he's not getting joy out of reading Star Wars, and that's sad. And so he's trying to read some more EU because those feel more like Star Wars, more like the characters, and they're fun, not a chore. He said some of them, not all of them, but he said some of them feel like a chore.
I read somewhere as a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. That they might be, redoing some of them in unabridged formats on Audible, coming up, at some point in the near future. I hope, because I would like to finish, all these books, but they'll be nice.
Are they kind of? I know they're coming out. The Essential Legends collection is coming out with the unabridged Matthew Stover's Shatterpoint. I know they're doing that. They're releasing that. Del Rey is.
Okay, that's the book I heard was doing audio. I mean,
yeah. So I hope they do that.
So, yeah.
I hope they do unabridged.
Everybody,
for all
go
of
buy it, please, because I want to encourage this. I will be getting it, even though I do not like Shatterpoint. I hated Shatterpoint. That was a rough get through.
Yeah.
But I will be getting it, and I will be listening to it, and I'll probably just put, because if they monitor it, I'm probably just going to set it on repeat play and not listen. But I want them to think that people are listening to it a lot because they love it or something. Because I need more. Why Shatterpoint? But they're doing it, so I'm happy.
I know. It's like Shatterpoint. That was essential. Is that really essential? I don't think it's that essential.
Like if they buy this, they'll buy them all.
You check on the website this past month. I talked about what I thought was essential and what I thought they should do next. I gave some ideas. What would you say? Since we're on this topic, I'll let you elaborate here. What would you call essential? If they release 3 more books?
Well, they need to do the new Jedi Order complete, because some of the later ones, they do have an unabridged, but that was as audiobooks were picking up.
Right.
And
so
becoming. So
the entire new Jedi Order as unabridged.
From the beginning, yeah, because you can get all of them, but most of them are abridged.
Okay. And then anything else?
I mean,
you'd like? I know
some of the Timothy Zahn's books were never done in
Rogue
audio.
Squadron was a bridge,
Rogue Squadron.
Because I remember I was irritated. That was the one I listened to, and I was irritated because they kept skipping over stuff. So I'd love to see an unabridged Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't think I talked about the audiobook, kind of audiobooks I wish they do unabridged, because I don't really know I know anything prior to, most of New Jedi Order was usually abridged, but every once in a while they do unabridged, because Timothy Zahn's got the unabridged treatment, and we were going, where's the rest of it?
No, even his, his were just abridged for the longest time. It was
really, they were. No, they were.
Within the last 10 years, right? Really, right before the Disney purchase, they put his out.
They put his out, but I was thinking, oh, good, they'll be doing more, but they never did.
They did like an anniversary release of Heir to the Empire with the silver cover and an extra short story in it.
Yeah.
It was right about that time that they did those.
Yeah. So there you go. That's another thing. What more unabridged ones should they have out there? They do audio for comic books?
No. Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Marvel's been putting out a bunch of stuff lately. They remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, Marvel had a bunch of novels coming out. They've been going back to those, which is kind of nice because, some of those I really did enjoy. Like Peter David's What Savage Beast with the Hulk.
Right.
I always liked that book. It was nice to listen to that again.
Okay.
And I've seen some adaptions of comic book graphic novels.
Okay.
I haven't gotten any to see what they're like, but I've seen them in the list, my recommendations.
Okay. Well, that's actually a good topic. Maybe I should put that on the expandeduniverse.com about audiobooks and what unabridged I'd like to see.
Yeah, I do like the production of the Star Wars audiobooks. Are a lot of fun. The music, the sound effects, do add to it, and even on a bad story, it helps pull it out. Shatterpoint might even be enjoyable.
Well, I liked when I was reading, because when I was listening to the first ones I listened to was the Rogue Squadron one. And I was like, man, I love the dogfights, I love the music, I love the sound effects. Doggone, they keep skipping through things, and it was irritating me. And I had to stop it. I was like, I'm done, because the abridged version is just how can you skip over things?
Because at the beginning they would do the 3-hour abridgments. Later on, they were doing the longer 6-9-hour abridgments, which weren't that bad. Like that first Darth Maul book has an abridgment.
Shadowhunter.
And I listened to it after reading it, and I barely noticed. I think they just took out some of the filler stuff. It was what was
the descriptive stuff and stuff. Yeah, okay. I see. Well, that was easy because he's a non-speaking character through most of it, so I can see that. But it just irritated me that it was just,
So they did play around with the longer abridgments, but still, I want my full unabridged.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So there you have it, folks. That is episode 200. We're gonna be recording some more stuff here, but
you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, we are. We got lots of good topics. To talk about. We're going to talk about. You brought plenty to drink.
Always prepared.
Yes, it's like 4 bottles here. He's too deep into a 6-pack. All right, so we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat. We're going to talk about Falcon, Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
And we're going to just talk about our top whatever Marvel shows too. Those are the rest of the topics for May, and then more topics to come as well. So it's been fun. Thank you for 200 episodes. Here is to at least 100 more.
At least.
Yeah. So we'll see you next time.